The crucifixion of Jesus, the Lamb who took our place. The sun had not yet risen when the trial ended. The Roman soldiers dragged Jesus through the narrow streets of Jerusalem, his back torn from the lashes, his head crowned with twisted thorns. Blood dripped into his eyes, but he never cried out. The Lamb of God was silent, fulfilling the prophecy. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. The people jeered. Just days ago, they laid palm branches beneath his feet. Now they spit on him, screaming, "Crucify him!" The world had turned against its creator. Pilate, the Roman governor, stood bewildered. He had found no fault in Jesus. "Shall I crucify your king?" he asked. But the crowd shouted louder, "We have no king but Caesar." Pilate washed his hands in water, trying to wash off the guilt. But the guilt wasn't his alone. It was mine. It was yours. They placed a heavy beam on Jesus' bruised shoulders and forced him to walk to Golgotha, Katha, place of the skull. Along the way, he stumbled, falling face first into the dust. A man named Simon of Cyrene was pulled from the crowd to help carry the cross. Jesus looked at Simon, eyes filled not with rage but mercy. At Golgotha, they laid him down, stretched his arms wide, and drove nails through his hands and feet. Iron tore through flesh. Heaven held its breath. The Word made flesh, the author of life, was lifted up between two criminals. The sky, once bright, turned black at noon. The earth shook beneath their feet. The temple curtain tore from top to bottom, God declaring that the barrier between him and man was broken. Jesus had become the bridge. As he hung there, soldiers gambled for his robe. A crowd mocked him. He saved others. Let him save himself. No. But they didn't understand. He wasn't there to save himself. He was there to save them. In his final moments, Jesus looked to heaven and cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." He turned to the thief beside him, the one who believed and promised, "Today you will be with me in paradise." Then with one final breath, Jesus cried out, "It is finished." The mission was complete, sin defeated, death disarmed. And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit.